We're back with Ritchie Mudd, President and CEO of RSI Roofing and Building Supply.
Ritchie, you mentioned a lot about building relationships, and that kept you going, and that built your business. What are some tips you can give us on how to build relationships and sustain them?
Well, I think you have to make it part of your culture. You know, you have to realize what relationships are all about. It's not just having a relationship with your customer. I mean, that's nice if you have that. It's not wanting and dining your customer. It's understanding your customer. And I think, you know, it's not what you tell people, it's how much you care about them. And that's the first thing. But, you know, everything else, you have to have relationships all in your community. You know, you need your bank's help. You need vendors' help. I mean, our vendors are like partners with us. We don't try to always, you know, beat them up on this or that. We say, hey, we got this. We need to have this to, you know, sell more things, or we need this help on that. And I think we just, and if you have that attitude toward relationships, you never want to burn one. I mean, if we have a problem with the customer, we try not to, hey, it's just not working out. You know, we try never burn a bridge. A lot of times we'll, you know, do less business with someone and it'll come back later. But just especially in this community, I mean, it's just your reputation is very important. How you treat people is very, very important. We try to be very active. We're a very small business, and you know, we've kind of grown up with that mentality. We don't have a lot of layers of management, but, you know, every week I have something where we donate something to a church, a little league team, a scouting team, whether it's a monetary donation or somebody wants some material for something. So, you know, I think we're approachable in that sense. You know, we aren't, my two main competitors are both about $2 billion companies. And I think, you know, they would probably donate if you called them, but, you know, we're very approachable. People know who we are here. They know who we are on all four islands. And I think that they know they can, you know, get some help if they call us.
Being that you're mentioning that you're on 4 islands, right? How did you know that it was time to expand, that you were ready to expand? Because you did show us a picture. If you could also describe that for our listeners of how you first started in that small office that almost seems like a half container size to, you know, having offices and locations with 120, well, at least on Oahu, 120,000 square feet. How'd you know you're ready to expand? When's the time?
One, we used to not want to expand. We used to say, hey, let's keep the business small. Let's don't become a monster. But we found out in order to stay competitive, in order to attract the right product lines, the right customers, the right employees want to work for you, it became an ingrained philosophy that we have to always grow and change. And so once you look at that, whether you look for opportunities to do that, we didn't want to go to the mainland, go to Guam, go to Alaska. We just look for opportunities in Hawaii where we can expand. And like on Maui, we moved over there. Then we bought Ibarra Roofing Supply that had been there before. The Big Island, we went down there, and we bought Johnson Construction Supply. On Kauai, we went over there during the hurricane, and then we closed down. But then we just had an opportunity 2 years ago to buy Rosa Supply over there. That's a great 30-year company on Kauai. So actually on Kauai, we still have the name. We keep it Rosa Supply over there. But it's not like we have a big board meeting or strategic planning meeting. It's sort of like more of a day-to-day thing. And that's something I think helps us compete with bigger companies. It's not the big that eats the small. It's the quick that eat the slow. So I think what's one thing we're good at is, we see things quickly where it's changing products. We see customers that are growing. We see opportunities so that's probably another good philosophy we have, is that reluctantly almost we have the philosophy where we have to grow and change if we're going to survive and help all our people and our customers and that sort of thing.
Seems like you guys grew primarily through acquisition, right?
No, I would say that's a small part of it. A lot of times we grew when times were down and the companies we bought were kind of, motivated sellers. So one thing it helped, it was probably more consolidation and that sort of thing. We really grew a lot the last 3 or 4 years, and that was mainly something we did like 7 years ago, late 90s, when maybe the economy was down a little. We expanded more to exterior supplies. So, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, you don't just do it overnight. You start developing the product lines, the relationships, the inventory, and that sort of thing. And then in the last, 3 years, some of those products we decided to sell 6 years ago, all of a sudden, no one was using them here in Hawaii, and now everybody's using them. And we were the first ones to do that. So, again, we've been lucky too. I need to mention, we've done, we've worked hard, but we've been real lucky on some of the decisions, directions we've gone, and opportunities we have that could have probably just as well gone the other way, but they didn't.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.